Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Something Slightly Different with your host, Charlie. That'd be me. Alright, let's talk about something real quick. I don't know, I feel like this quick fantasy sports betting thing has just gone, ah! So let's talk about it real quick. So I've done a little research. Oh, that's empty. I've done a little research, and it turns out that National Football League players, the NFL players, are allowed to participate in fantasy football, but I believe it's only through the National Football League Player Association League. I don't think they could join like a Yahoo League or any of that stuff, which means that they probably are not eligible to do DraftKings or FanDuel. Now, the question then becomes, what about esports individuals, those who are part of the team, trainers, coaches, actual players, subs, all that stuff? The answer is, I'm not 100% sure about every single site, but I know that for a fact, Alpha Draft does not allow that to happen. So, there's no rigging in the matches that way, which is smart. Now, the reason I bring this up is that there's actually a lot of allegations and rumors circulating about some of the top sports fantasy betting sites, that being like a FanDuel or a DraftKings. The rumor is that individuals that or employees of FanDuel who have access to basically all the analytics, all the trends, all that stuff, all the stuff that all of the information that a regular person like us probably does not have access to, they have access to, and then they are using it in basically their competition's system. So let's say an individual from FanDuel finds a bunch of information out that basically allows them to better choose the individuals they want on their roster at DraftKings, and then vice versa. Now, of course, no one has been able to really peg this down, but there is a lot of talk about this happening. So I'll be very interested to see what happens. I wonder if individuals at, like, say, an Alpha Draft are utilizing their information to maybe better their odds at a place like a Vulcan or a Unicorn. I know that there are a lot of esports betting sites out there, and a lot of them actually do not have the ability for an individual in the U.S. to actually withdraw any of the money. Alpha Draft does, with the exception of you cannot be in the state of Arizona, Iowa, Louisiana, Montana, or Washington. So for those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 states, you're SOL. I mean, you can play for fun, but you can't withdraw any of the money. So I guess that means you can't deposit any money into it, or can you? Yes. This is interesting. Anyways, so I find that interesting. I want to know what your opinion is, audience members, to tell me what you think about the potential of corruption. Now, I know that Zealous and I kind of touched on this in a previous Thursday night hangout about how a DDoS attack could potentially be a way to once esports really takes off, which it has already. But let's say that you're putting money down on an Alpha Draft or another esports betting site, and you have the ability to affect a team's internet performance or service performance, which allows them to get no points or very, very few points, and allows you to choose individuals that are not part of that team or teams to better hedge your money. That would be interesting to see if that of course is actually happening, and how that could be taken care of. Like, if it constantly happens, I don't think you would, if you were a hacker, hypothetically, who's doing this, DDoS attacks, I don't think it'd be a smart move to constantly hit the same team, which is why I don't think that the Cloud9 thing is someone trying to make money. I think someone's probably just pissed at Cloud9 and wants them to go away. But you never know. You never know. All right, let's talk about some other quick little things. First of all, I want to show you off this nifty t-shirt. It is, I am currently on a team supporting the, I think it's Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. It's cancer. I'm on Team Hawk. Boom! And of course, on the back, it has a inspirational quote there. In life, surround yourself with those who light your path. Light the Night 2015. Which, of course, happens not this... No, wait. This Saturday. So I will, of course, be on Team Hawk. My shirt's a little big. Boom. I've lost weight, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, Team Hawk. Good thing. Speaking of charities, of course, you must know by this point that Alter Confusion is once again, for the 4th year in a row, will be participating in Extra Life. That's extra-life.org for any information that you would like to pull up. Part of Extra Life is a 24-hour game-a-thon. Now, of course, technically you could do the game-a-thon whenever you want to and do your fundraising year-round. What Alter Confusion does is we do the fundraising a little bit before the official game-a-thon, which I believe is November 7th. Let me double check that real quick here. Yes, November 7th. And we will be playing for 24 hours straight. When I say we, I mean myself, and then Zelius will pop in at some point and he'll set up his rig on this side of the table and he'll play some and I'll play some and maybe we'll switch streams or maybe we'll try to stream at the same time. I don't know how that will work with my internet, but hey, we'll try. Now, of course, I will probably try to stick to independently developed games. That's not to say that I won't play a game that is a AAA title. You never know. I don't know what my rotation is going to be. But part of Extra Life is a charity portion, and it is part of the Children's Miracle Network. Alter Confusion will be playing exclusively, or I guess our main focus for where our donations will be going, is the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Now, I, for one, can personally say that I have had a lot of time in the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta hospitals while I was growing up, because I grew up here in Atlanta, my family as well. So if there's any way I can support them, that's what I'm going to do. And this is a great way to support them. So if you have the ability to donate anything from $1 to more, please go over to extra-life.org and please donate for the cause. You can just search for Altered Confusion. Boom, Alter Confusion, or Alter Confusion. All right. Now, you might be wondering what this box is. And I'm going to be honest with you, I totally forgot that this was coming because it's been so long since that I kickstarted this game. But here is the Planetary Annihilation, an interplanetary RTS game collector's edition box with a quick start guide and a t-shirt, which I will now show you. There's the front. And then, of course, just so you know, I truly was a backer. So there you go. So let me just make sure. Game box, Commander's miniature set. I believe there's something inside the box. And I, of course, do not have a knife, whatever you want to call it. Alright. Got it. Okay. Whoa. Bag of air. Let's see what this says. Backers, first off, I want to personally thank everyone who backed Planetary Annihilation. This project never would have gotten off the ground without your support. Not only did you put money into the project, but you put your ideas and your energy in. Without our amazing community and the Kickstarter platform, none of this would have happened. Planetary Annihilation formed in my head over a number of years. As you know, I've spent a good portion of my life working on RTS games. My intense interest in space combined with a lot of influences germinated the seed that became Planetary Annihilation. If you talk to anyone who was around me during that time, they will all tell you that I simply wouldn't shut up about wanting to do the game. In many ways, the whole thing has seemed like a dream, as I never expected to get the opportunity to do it. Enter Kickstarter. When Bobby Berry came to me in 2012 about doing a Kickstarter campaign at Uber Entertainment, I immediately realized that Planetary Annihilation would be a prime candidate. When I ran the idea by Steve Thompson, he was immediately as excited as a kid in a candy store. Having Steve as a collaborator is incredible, and the artistic vision of Planetary Annihilation was 100% his awesomeness. It's been a long, hard road, longer and harder than any of us thought it would be. Some features were cut, some features were added, and some took several iterations to get where they are now. Today, the game is in a great place, and in some areas, far surpasses the original vision. Overall, I would say that Planetary Annihilation is a game that's closest to its original version of any game that I've ever worked on. The future of Planetary Annihilation is great thanks. The future is great thanks to our community. I see people actively playing, and Uber Entertainment continue to expand the game far into the future. Thank you again for making this happen. What an unbelievable journey it's been for me, and I hope for you as well. Sincerely, John Maver. So here are, oh man, here are the little models, which of course one should paint, but I of course lack the skill to paint models, which is obvious from all of the other model game, miniature games that I have that are not painted, but whatever. Anyways, was there anything else I want to tell you about? Yes, there is one more thing. I know that there's not a lot of individuals out there. Well, actually, there's probably a fair amount of individuals out there who do enjoy a good choose-your-own-adventure game. There is a game out there, which if you grab it right now, it's $1.99. It's called Ratings War. The script was basically written by a great individual by the name of Eddie Webb, and I highly recommend this game. Basically, anything that Eddie touches, you want in on. He is currently working on a pencil to paper RPG called Pugmire, and of course, he was part of the World of Darkness team. He had a big part in trying to see the World of Darkness MMO come to be, and of course, we know how that went in so many different ways. This is a game where it's 2061. You are a futuristic vlogger. Actually, or fine, you're in the future, so you're a vlogger, and you pick up a small story, and you're trying to make a name for yourself, and of course, stuff happens. And that's where you get to decide a lot of. Basically, you decide how you're going to play the game or the story. As you go through the story, of course, there's going to be more choices, and those, of course, will influence future pieces of the game. I had a really hard time putting this game down simply because I wanted to know where I was going to go next. The one thing that I will say about this game, for me personally, the story that I ended up with was a little bit jumpy right at the end, because it kind of just like fast forward and you're like, oh no, I was having such a good time, which is good, but at the same time it was a little jittery. It did get me out of the story, and it was a little bit sad that you know, it had to end. And of course I need some more stuff by Eddie Webb, so Eddie, get to it. But yes, Ratings War, I believe it is available on more than just the iOS device. I'm trying to remember. I think it. I'm gonna have to look it up because I'm like. Choice of Games is the company that's producing it, and you can get it on Steam, the Apple App Store, Google Play, and Amazon Kindle. So. Get it now. Seriously, get it now. It was a lot of fun. There's a little romance in there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to read you the blurb here so that you know exactly what it is. Implant cameras in your eyes to win the news wars of 2061. Record your way through dystopian New Angeles, solving multiple murders and conquering the airways as you go. Ratings War is a thrilling 80,000-word interactive novel by Eddie Webb, where your choices control the story. It's entirely text-based, without graphics or sound effects, and fueled by the vast, unstoppable power of your imagination. Outwit your rivals at the biggest news network in the industry to win market share and dominate the ratings. As one of the first reporters with a pair of cybernetic eyes, you'll break stories while you live them, and become a celebrity when you uncover a vast criminal conspiracy. When you blow the whistle on human trafficking operations, will you focus on facts or on fame? Will you strike out as an independent or follow the guidelines of your network? You can't escape You can escape from an underground organ farm, but can you get your footage on the air and win ratings war? You can play the first chapter of the game for free. Purchase the rest of the game below. So, seriously, pick it up. And that's it. I've got a bunch of stuff to do, and I hope that you like all the stuff that's coming out. Now, of course, there is a Thursday night hangout, which happens every single week, and this week is no exception to the rule. It looks like we potentially have our next and final winner of the Ultra Confusion contest, but there is still time to maybe mix things up and perhaps steal away the prize, because we haven't finalized it yet, but there is a front runner as of right now. So once again, if you want to join that contest, what you have to do is you have to follow us on Facebook or on Twitter, or follow us on the YouTube page, or go to our actual website and leave some comments. Now, of course, they got to be intelligent comments. You can't just say comment. We already had an individual who tried that, and thankfully he was able to correct his ways, and he actually was one of the winners. So here's all the information real quick. There's the website. It's www.alteredconfusion.com. The Facebook page is Altered Confusion. Twitter is @AlteredConfusio. That, of course, is Altered Confusion without the N, because let's face it, if we put the end there, the world would explode. That, and it would be one letter too long. YouTube channel is Altered Confusion LLC, and of course our Twitch channel, which is what we're going to be streaming all of our Thursday night hangouts from for the near future, is twitch.tv/alteredconfusion. That being said, if you are looking to attend the Altered Confusion Thursday Night Hangout, I highly recommend that you go over to the Facebook page, like the page, and say you're attending the event. The event is open to everyone and anyone. If you have individuals who you think would love to come to the event, tell them about it. Tell them to say that they're going. Say that they're attending the event, because it helps us kind of gauge what we're going to have. We thrive off of the audience. I could definitely ramble on forever, and Zelius can kind of throw in his points about news stories that we have for the entire hour and 15 minutes. But let's be honest, everyone wants to have something that's personalized and something that's unique. So what we do is we pay a lot of attention to the audience. And when the audience asks us a question or a topic or maybe a suggestion, we will jump off our script and go into the audience's information or suggestions. This is a show for you guys. Zelius and I get to talk about all this stuff off air, and we have no problem talking about it on air, but we would much rather talk about what you want to talk about. So please come to the Thursday Night Hangout. Of course, that is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And I apologize for those West Coasters. I know that means it's like 5 p.m., which means that you're probably leaving work. We do record every single Thursday Night Hangout, and they are available as quickly as I can put them up. If there is some individuals out there who do want to have some kind of Thursday Night Hangout, like after hours, where if you're on the West Coast or Mountain Time or whatever, reach out to me. I'm pretty sure Zelius won't want to stick around, but I will, and I'm more than happy to continue some sort of thing so that you too can have a personal interaction. So that being said, I am done with this Something Slightly Different, which has gone way, way too long, and I apologize for that. But then I need to get all this information out to you. So thank you for tuning in to Something Slightly Different. For myself, Charles, it's been a pleasure to give you the crazy stuff coming on my mind. And, of course, all the crazy stuff that's going on. Of course, once again, extra-life.org. The team name is Altered Confusion. And check out Ratings War, written by Eddie Webb. So that is it, my friends. I will see you in the very, very near future. I hope to be streaming soon. And, of course, keep on gaming in the free world. Wait, that's a Zelius line. Amen to that, brother? No, that's my line after he says that. Tell your friends about us. Come to the Thursday Night Hangout. We're awesome. You're cool. See you at a couple of conventions. Yeah. I'll talk about more conventions later. Seriously. Pieces.